Yeah, the results at Stomping Grounds make me sick. How could they go in that direction? Oh, I'm never gonna watch WWE ever again. WWE can get fucked. Wah, wah.
The following podcast is scheduled for no point and is no hold barred. Are you ready? Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to podcast.
Yes, that was my thoughts on all the marks out there. It's just constantly going every pay-per-view or every Raw or every SmackDown. It just seems like more and more people just start dishing out more shit on WWE. Don't know why. If you don't like it, don't watch it. It's that simple. Like, fucking stop wasting everyone's time. Anyway, what are you going to do? Circles and Blunt Pencils here, bringing to you once again the Cake and Bake Thick Shake podcast, the wrestling podcast that has no point. Now, I did have shit ready to go, but dead set, like literally 2 minutes ago, just before I've jumped on here, I've been looking at the rounds and what to talk about that's been going on this week, and I don't know, some activity out there in social media or whatever, but I've had to scrap all that for now. I need to find whatever else I was going to talk about, which I'll get to, but Eric Bischoff is apparently coming back to WWE, and he will be the executive director of SmackDown Live. And Paul Heyman has been assigned executive director of Raw. What that means, basically they're going to oversee creative for both those shows. So I think this will be the first time ever you've got the three most creative minds in all of wrestling working together. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. Vince McMahon is still the man. He's still a genius. I don't give a fuck what you say. Okay, you keep fucking putting shit on WWE. They're still around, aren't they? They're not dead. They haven't gone under. Just saying. So you've got Vince McMahon at the top of the food chain, so to speak. Then you got Paul Heyman, who basically ran ECW from nothing into what it was, which was basically like the best alternative brand of wrestling back in the late 90s. You know, regardless of how they went under and how they ran things, Paul Heyman still ran it with basically nothing. With nothing. He had nothing with that company and then took it to what it was. And then you got Eric Bischoff, who is the man. I love Eric Bischoff. He basically made WCW what it was, losing millions of dollars a year, turning that into $300 million in profit a year, and almost ran the WWE out of business back in 97, you know, around that time. You know, dominated the Monday Night Wars, 83, 84 weeks, whatever it was, remained on top. The only problem that he had to face was he was going up against Vince McMahon, who did everything Bischoff was doing, except he did it better. So there you go. Breaking news, if you will. Maybe this is the first you're hearing of it. Hey, I'm glad I could help out with that. I'm very excited. I'm very excited for this. It's everywhere that I'm looking right now, and it seems to be true. So it's even on WWE.com. So it must be legit. And as far as I know, it's not April 1st. It's not April Fool's. But I do know that it is June 27th, which means day in history. I'll go to 2011, Monday Night Raw, and it's why would I be talking about Raw? Usually I only do pay-per-views. CM Punk dropped the famous pipe bomb after putting Cena through a table to help R-Truth win a match, grabbing a microphone, wearing his Stone Cold shirt, and just talk shit for about 6.5 minutes before his mic got cut and then got suspended, but then came back a week after that, 2 weeks time. So this is a spoiler for 2 weeks time. Came out with a megaphone, so then they couldn't cut his mic. So yes, the pipe bomb, 8 years ago today. We all know what that turned into. But also, in 2004, the Great American Bash. John Cena defeated Booker T, Rene Dupree, and RVD in a 4-way elimination match to retain the United States Championship. Luther Reigns, there's a blast from the past, defeated Charlie Haas. Rey Mysterio defeated Chavo Guerrero Jr. to retain the Cruiserweight Championship. Kenzo Suzuki defeated Billy Gunn. JBL defeated Eddie Guerrero for the WWE Championship in a Texas Bull Rope match. This was the first and only world title JBL win, and he held that for 280 days, all the way up until WrestleMania 21, and then lost it to John Cena, who coincidentally held that title for 280 days as well. And The Undertaker defeated the Dudley Boys in a handicap concrete crypt match. So I think this is when they tried to kill Paul Bearer by covering him, put him in a cement glass room or whatever it was. And also, King of the Ring, 1999. King of the Ring, there's something that they should actually bring back. King of the Ring was good. What have we got here? The Brood, Edge and Christian. They were once the Brood. Defeated the Hardy Boys. Actually, no, it went to a no contest. This was to determine the number one contenders for the World Tag Team Championships. Blah, blah, blah. There we go. And then they had another match. That was on the pre-show. So the Hardy Boys ended up defeating the Brood on the pay-per-view to become number one contenders. The Undertaker defeated The Rock to retain the WWF Championship. Billy Gunn defeated X-Pac to win the King of the Ring. Mr. McMahon and Shane McMahon defeated Stone Cold Steve Austin in a 2-on-1 handicap ladder match for control of the World Wrestling Federation. So yeah, that was this day in history. The pipe bomb. Wow, it's that long ago already. All right. Before I get stuck into everything else, I just want to bring up the Seth Rollins drama that's been going on. Been doing the rounds this week, basically saying that WWE is the best pro wrestling on the planet. And then after Stomping Grounds, the Cruiserweight match, came out and put out a tweet, which I can't find, saying that no one alive could do the things that the Cruiserweights were doing, and all this other crap. Even like the match was good, but it wasn't that great. Will Ospreay decided to reply to the tweet saying, "I'm alive," and Rollins' response was, "Don't care about you, little man," or something like that. "We've already got one of you, and he is our new United States champion," referring to Ricochet, which sparked up a whole debate on social media. All the wrestling groups, just been talking about it, putting shit on Ospreay and whatnot, and it's like people have been saying like all Will Ospreay does is flips and blah blah blah. That's all Ricochet does. I like Ricochet. Don't get me wrong. Like I've been chiming in on this because it's funny. Social media is such a wonderful place. All you do is go in there and bitch and moan about your life and try to start fights with people, like keyboard warrior style. Fuck whatever. That's what you're into. Yeah. Ricochet just does flips as well. That's all he does. Will Ospreay has more actual wrestling moves than Ricochet. So, I don't get it. Obviously, Seth Rollins has been hanging out with his girlfriend too much, who, does all that shit on Twitter. So, he's probably just trying to keep up with her, him, it. I don't know. I don't fucking know what that shit is. Yeah, Chris Jericho's also been trolling him with some fucking great stuff on there. Basically saying Ospreay's taller and better or some shit. And on Raw, there was a tug of war between Strowman and Lashley, which Jericho just replied with the hashtag best pro wrestling on the planet and shit like that. So I don't know. I'll leave that up to you to decide. If you want to chime in on that, have something to say about that, have at it. Everyone else has. On a positive note, I attended World Series Wrestling this past weekend, which was fucking brilliant. Saw Flip Gordon and Ray Phoenix have a fucking classic match. Ray Phoenix won that. Brian Cage was just at ringside with Flip Gordon. Brian Cage didn't actually have a match. Probably couldn't fit in between the ropes. He's that massive. I think it was during the intermission, he actually literally picked up some chick who wanted a photo. And he was basically just pressing her over his head. Joey Ryan. In a hardcore match, Joe Ryan not knowing what that was. Joey Janela cut the promo on Jim Cornette. Basically, fuck Jim Cornette. Marty Scurll and Pentagon Jr. for the World Series Wrestling Championship. Got to pat Marty on the back afterwards. Got not that much, a little bit of sweat off his, and once again I fucking decided to wash my hands and get rid of the sweat, so I can't make my own Mighty Squirrel clone, whatever. That sounds really, really creepy. Brody King and Mick Moretti teamed up. Fuck, Mick Moretti's funny. He's a Aussie wrestler. He's fucking great. He's hilarious. Really, really entertaining. That's what it's all about. I also got to meet Joe Janela. I put that up on my personal Instagram. That's all I wanted, really. Out of that experience, just to meet Janela, which I did. And he actually complimented me on the choice of shirt I went with, which was my Raven shirt. So he really liked my Raven shirt, and I liked the fact that he was actually pounding down to his knee after his match. So he's even kind enough to hold up the Tui's new in the photo that we took together. I didn't want to put shit on him for taking on Moxley, because he liked my shirt, drinks Tui's new. So all I said to him was, I'm really looking forward to Fyter Fest, and he said he was as well. So I'll be talking about Fyter Fest later on. And also we'll be going over Stomping Grounds. So let's get into the usual shit there now, as I do. Go into Monday Night Raw. I'll just get the results up here because I've got nothing written down. It started off with the Pathetic Lovers in the ring. Rollins came out, and then Lynch just interrupted him, and they're trying to be all cute, like, oh, you interrupted me and blah, blah, blah. Luckily, Baron Corbin and Lacey Evans came out, sort of saved the segment. Bit of back and forth there. Baron Corbin even suggested that Seth Rollins give Lynch the Universal Championship, leave the building, get in a car, jump on a plane, and go home and make Becky Lynch a sandwich. Basically saying that Seth Rollins is the bitch of the couple, which is pretty much true. It was entertaining when Baron Corbin came out, because just watching Rollins and Lynch be all lovey-dovey with each other actually made me physically ill. I was close to throwing up, and that's a shoot. I'm not joking. I was ready to fucking bring up breakfast. Wildcard rule is really working out well. People have been saying anyway. It's like the old days now when you just did Raw and SmackDown. There was no brand split. That's what it seems like. The Usos and the New Day defeated the Vegans and the Revival in an elimination tag match. So one member of the team gets pinned, both members are eliminated. So it was like that. I'm pretty sure the Usos picked up the win over the Revival. So the Vegan SmackDown Tag Team Champions taking a pin. What else happened here? There we go. Miz TV was set up for R-Truth and Carmella to come out, and basically R-Truth winning back his 24/7 championship at Drake Maverick's wedding. So they did the actual wedding, and then I don't know, maybe like the next day or something, they sent out a film crew there, and it was on the YouTube channel with they redid the wedding, quote unquote, and R-Truth rolled up Maverick while he was walking up the aisle after saying "I do." So that's just put him in a spiral, and Drake Maverick's now saying that, you know, couldn't go on his honeymoon, and his wife won't talk to him, and he's just, he was still wearing his wedding suit and had his fucking tie wrapped around his head like a headband, and really depressed and shit. So R-Truth basically ruined Maverick's life, but he did give Maverick a chance to win the title, but Truth beat him like really quick. So, and then ran away. Everyone came, all the jobbers came out, and as they say, 24/7 championships, a jobber title, as they say. So they chased them basically out of the arena, but that wasn't the last we'd see of them. Roman Reigns had his handicap match. Well, it was announced at Stomping Grounds anyway, against Shane McMahon and Drew McIntyre. So this is continuing. It was a no contest. McMahon and McIntyre were just absolutely dominating Reigns. Claymore here and spear there, and Claymore here and another spear, and Reigns was set up in the corner. McIntyre was, there goes my phone. McIntyre was in the corner holding him down, and McMahon was getting ready to do the coast to coast, and then the dong hit. The lights went out. Lights came back on. And The Undertaker. The Undertaker is back again. All the marks out there losing their shit. My good friend Damien. Hello, Damien. Even messaged me saying he was marking out for The Undertaker return. So I like the fact that he said he was marking out. Everyone was really marking out for The Undertaker's return, even though 2 weeks ago everyone was putting shit on him because he can't fucking wrestle. So, yeah, that's going to tee up a match at Extreme Rules. I'll talk about that later on also. A bit to get through. I was going to go somewhere else with that, but I forgot. Oh, yeah, the tug of war. Strowman and Lashley. Hashtag best pro wrestling on the planet. Shows what Seth Rollins knows. It's a mark for himself. And that's what Rollins is, a mark for himself. I don't even know if I should say what I really feel about Rollins. Maybe keep that to myself. The Viking War Raider Experience Experiment Express back, and they defeated the Club, Gallows and Anderson, the Good Brothers. I don't even know what you call them anymore. They got more name changes than the other lot. Mojo Rawley was supposed to have a match with Heath Slater. Mojo Rawley apparently re-signed for 5 years. I didn't even know he was still in WWE. So their match didn't even start because Truth ran through the ring, and everyone was chasing him still, trying to get their hands on the title. But Heath Slater ended up getting Truth down and picking up the 1, 2, 3. So Heath Slater was 24/7 champion. But then R-Truth quickly beat him. So that was he's like a seven-time champion now, 24/7. Then Cedric Alexander got his hands on Truth and beat him to become the new 24/7 champion. And then EC3. Yeah, EC3 still there, people. Don't know why. I think even he's questioning himself as to why he's there. But don't worry, he's 24/7 champion. But that didn't last long because R-Truth rolled him up and pinned him for the 1-2-3. Now R-Truth is an 8-time 24/7 European 48/7 champion, whatever he calls it. So, and that was the end of the 24/7 segment there. Kofi Kingston had a match against Sami Zayn, which obviously Kingston won. And then Kevin Owens challenged him to a match, which Kingston accepted, and Kofi won that by count out. Did the SOS to KO on the ramp, and fucking the sound of Owens' head smacking the steel. It's disgusting. So Kofi was celebrating that win, walking up the ramp, and got ambushed by Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe put on the coquina clutch. Samoa Joe in the picture now. Is he in the picture? Finally. And crap there. Ricochet and AJ Styles main evented Monday Night Raw. This was teed up also at Stomping Grounds. First time ever in WWE. They have wrestled outside of WWE. Styles picked up the win there cleanly. Gallows and Anderson did come out, but AJ Styles sent them to the back, even basically tried to stop the match to send his club brethrens to the back so they would not interfere. It was a really good match, good way to end Raw. Something different, someone new in the main event. I think it's sort of like a ploy to sort of get people to stop changing the channel, because everyone's really fascinated by ratings and shit. So, I mean, everyone talks about the ratings like it's their business, but like, what do they know? They just fucking bash the shit out of it anyway. Well, they try to. So yeah, I can only see AJ Styles and Ricochet feuding in the near future, and AJ Styles will get the club back together, turn heel. You can only hope, and they can move on from there. They're also teaming up with Triple H. I believe it's this weekend in Japan. And my man Tama Tonga basically just told Triple H to fuck off and get his own crew and stay out of his turf, meaning Japan. So good stuff there, Tama Tonga. So yeah, that was Raw. It was actually a good Raw. It was a decent Raw. I did enjoy it. Definitely one of the better Raws, and it was a good way to follow up a decent pay-per-view, Stomping Grounds, which, like I said, I'll talk about. Our SmackDown, obviously the New Day out there. Kofi Kingston, WWE Champion, stuffing pancakes in his belt, still throwing pancakes around. Like, come on, man. Hashtag Kofi's run is done, please. So Ziggler interrupted, as he does, basically saying he has a match with Kofi Kingston, and it's 2 out of 3 falls. There's a couple of 2 out of 3 falls matches on SmackDown. And if he won, that would change Extreme Rules, the match at Extreme Rules anyway. That would be the main event. The New Day, Xavier Woods and Big E, defeated Daniel Bryan and Rowan, the SmackDown Live Tag Team Champions. So back-to-back nights, they take a pin. They take the big L. So yeah, let's see what happens there. Something here, not much there. Oh, this then turned into a Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn came out, started beating up the New Day. So this turned into a fucking another 8-man tag team match. I don't think this one was elimination. Then again, I could be wrong. So it was the New Day and Heavy Machinery defeating Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, Daniel Bryan, and Eric Rowan. So, yeah, don't know what the point of that was. bit unnecessary if you ask me, but you know, that's what happens there. The Miz was looking for Shane McMahon. Elias basically told him to bugger off, if you will. And then Miz walked away and Shane saw Elias and Elias was like, oh, Miz was looking for you. He's not done with you. So apparently Miz and Shane might still be having something going on. Shane McMahon's like the most pushed man in WWE right now, and he's not even a proper wrestler. He was just a spot junkie back in the day, you know, just having a match here, having a match there, just so he could do something crazy. And now, you know, he's the future WWE champion. So, fuck, what have you there? But Shane basically said to Elias, yep, Miz can have his match with me if he can defeat you 2 out of 3 falls. So there's the other 2 out of 3 falls match. Elias would go on to win that, obviously. It was 2-1. The only reason The Miz got up 1-4 was because Shane McMahon beat him down. So it was disqualification. So Miz technically didn't beat Elias. So Elias is on a roll here. So there is a title in the near future for Elias. That's for sure there. Here was something weird. Nikki Cross defeated Bayley with the stipulation being if Nikki Cross could win, Alexa Bliss would get a title match at Extreme Rules, which didn't really make any sense, but I don't know there. Finn Balor was interviewed about, you know, what's next for him. When's he going to defend the Intercontinental Championship, which I'm also wondering myself. It's supposed to be the workhorse title of WWE, yet you put it on Finn Balor and he doesn't defend it. And then he's hyping up, he was talking praise about his match at Super Showdown, which was 3 weeks ago. Like, that makes no sense. If you had defended it at Stomping Grounds and had a good match there and was still champion, then yes, you were within your rights to say, oh, you know, yeah, after, you know, the hard effort I put in at Stomping Grounds and this and that, but not at Super Showdown. But Nakamura was there. Did the old, the wolf pack. You go the wolf pack symbol, or, you know, the Bullet Club, and on the belt, and that was it. So Nakamura versus Balor. Excuse me, on the horizons there. Aleister Black still sitting in his dark room screaming for someone to open the damn door, but someone knocked on it. There was a knock at the door. And then that was the end of the segment. So who was it? My pick is Randy Orton. Or Bray Wyatt's puppets, because from the Bray Wyatt House of Play School, as I call it, that I can't even remember what it's called. He's got all these puppets. He's got like Muzzo the Buzzo and the fucking scary witch doll face dick and some rabbit fucker and some pie man, or I don't even know what they are. But they were appearing backstage throughout Raw and SmackDown. So I'm also thinking maybe it was one of the puppets knocking on the door. Maybe it was that scary witch to sort of tee up like Bray Wyatt returning to take on Aleister Black. Because Aleister Black right now is just sitting in dark rooms asking people to fight him. And he's been doing that since he went to SmackDown, which was 2 months ago. Like the week after Mania. Maybe 2 months ago. So I don't know what's happening there. In the main event, Kofi Kingston defeated Dolph Ziggler 2-1. I don't think Kofi Kingston's lost a match since... I think the last time he got pinned was at Fastlane in the 2-on-1 handicap match against the Bar. So from there, all the way through to now, that was March. It's like 3 months, maybe 4 months. Kofi Kingston hasn't been pinned, hasn't lost a match. It's Kofi fucking Kingston. This guy should be chasing R-Truth for the 24/7 championship. Not going on the fucking run of his life just because he eats pancakes and, you know, it's all because Ali got injured. I said it. It's not the first time I've said it, but it's all because Ali got injured, couldn't participate in Elimination Chamber, and here we are. So, should have been Ziggler. Should have been me. So yeah, that was SmackDown. Not too bad, but SmackDown's going to pick up now under the creative control of my man, Eazy-E, Eric Bischoff. And no, that wasn't a dig at Eazy-E the rapper. That's what they called Eric Bischoff in WCW. All right, so just know your facts, check your facts. All right, don't know what you're talking about, you shut up then. All right. Now, NXT, the breakout tournament has begun. 8 superstars who have not been featured in NXT, sort of new and stuff. Bracket tournament, blah blah blah. Whoever wins the tournament gets basically like the Worlds Collide back in January. You win, you get to choose what champion you want to face. It was Angel Garza defeating Joaquin Wilde in the first match. Joaquin Wilde came out dressed as a Power Ranger. I'm not kidding. Look it up. What Joaquin Wilde in NXT, his entrance, he looks like a fucking Power Ranger. So his Power Rangers, Zordon didn't help him, and Alpha 5 going, ay, couldn't help him pick up the win. Angel Garza picked up the win. He's my pick to win it. Unless I see someone next week do something good there. Something about Kushida, just a hype video about him being there. Someone interviewed Damian Priest about his win last week, and Priest replied saying, you haven't seen anything yet. Like I said, Damian Priest, I know him still as Punishment Martinez. The Street Profits, back on NXT. They haven't been on for a couple of weeks. They defeated the Forgotten Sons via disqualification because, obviously, of Jackson Riker. Jackson Riker came in and did his thing. This was actually a pretty decent match. I don't mind the Street Profits. Still think the Era should be the champions there. But anyway, what have you. Riker did interfere there. And Orny Lorcan and Danny Burch ran down to make the save. They kicked the Forgotten Sons out of the ring. Picked up the NXT Tag Team titles and were holding them, but did give them back to the Street Profits and said, you owe us. You owe us one. So possibly that's, owing them a tag team title match. Killian Dane. There was a hype video for Killian Dane from Sanity. Apparently a former SmackDown Live superstar. I think he was on there twice. Just goes to show what happens up there when you get demoted, that is. So I think he's coming back to NXT. Also in the coming weeks, spoiler alert, Apollo Crews and Fandango will also be back on NXT. So my reliable sources told me that. Shayna Baszler defeated Io Shirai. A steel cage match to retain her women's championship. Obviously, Baszler's Muppets came out to cause interference, as did Candice LaFuckwit. Of course, married to Johnny Fuckwit. Baszler, this match went on for about 20-25 minutes. It was tough to watch because I don't really like watching either of these two behemoths go at it. But it ended when Baszler escaped. She had a chokehold on Shirai using the ropes for leverage. And Shirai was going sort of in and out, but she sort of had enough to sort of grab the steel cage door and slam it into Baszler's head, which then knocked her out of the ring onto the floor to pick up the win. So Shirai fucked herself there. And then she took out her frustrations on Candice LaFuckwit, beating her up. So I don't know if she'd gone heel now. I don't know. Maybe she's going to team up with Baszler. Who knows there. And next week, it was announced Tyler Breeze will take on Roddy Strong in a singles match First time in NXT, or first time ever. And also Adam Cole, Bebe, was doing the NXT Championship celebration tour over in England, wrestling someone over there, putting the title on the line and winning, of course, because he's not dropping that title anytime soon. And then came back, was on the phone to Roderick Strong, placed an order at some place, rocked up there. Apparently it was Johnny Gargano's family restaurant. So hopefully they're going to show what happened there next week. It's probably just going to soup kick the fuck out of all the Garganos there, and maybe like go up to the dad and chop his balls off for making such a disappointing son. Yeah, I said it. Hashtag the original. Right here, Circles and Blunt Pencils original. Hashtag fuck Johnny Gargano. Alright, saying it out there. Appreciate the support, but you know where you got it from. So yeah, that was NXT. Impact. Let's get into some Impact Wrestling. Best female wrestler on the planet, Tessa Blanchard, defeated Jake Christ in an intergender match. Tessa hit the Magnum, which is basically the code breaker, but jumping off the top rope, catching your opponent, bang, code breaker, 1, 2, 3. And then Sami Callihan, basically all of OVE came out, and Tessa got out of the ring anyway, so she was safe. She was safe there. This will tee up also Slammiversary. We've got a fair bit to talk about later on. Yeah, we're only 15 minutes in. That's all right. We've got plenty of time. Madman Fulton defeated Eddie Edwards when Killer Cross caused a distraction, having Sandman held up somewhere out the back with a rag over his head and pouring like a big bottle of water on him, basically waterboarding him. So yeah, maybe that's the first time in wrestling, someone getting waterboarded. Moose is going on his ECW Originals tear, defeating Tommy Dreamer with the no jackhammer needed spear. So this is obviously to get inside RVD's head. Moose went to send a message to Dreamer as well. He was going to perform the coast to coast, but RVD came down to make the save there. Ty Valkyrie defeated... Who did she defeat? Su Yung by disqualification to retain her Knockouts Championship because of Havoc. That Jessica Havoc chick starting beating up Ty Valkyrie, so there was obviously automatic disqualification there. This will also tee up something for Slammiversary, which is only in a couple of weeks. Slammiversary. So I think the next 2 weekends, I think there's about 5 or 6 pay-per-views on that I'll have to be getting through anyway. So Ace Austin came out and cut a promo saying that he's the only person in Impact that has never been pinned. He's claiming that he's going after the X Division title, and he just dares anyone to stop him. And TJP made his return to Impact, picking up the win. Fucking think that was TJ Perkins from 205 Live, which I fucking hated him then, and I hate him now, interrupting Ace Austin and beating him. You watch what's his name? TJP. You watch him get the title before Ace Austin. Undeservedly so, but we're in the clubhouse with the Rascals. Conan decided to come in and get a whiff of the smoke that was going on. He said, "Come on, guys, you know the rules. Puff, puff, pass. Whoops. I think I'm in the clubhouse right now. You know, getting on some of that smoke, brother. But yeah, it was basically just hyping up their match at Slammiversary. LAX versus the Rascals once again for the titles. Eddie Edwards was on a rampage, looking for Killer Cross, and I think Killer Cross destroyed him. Or maybe it was Eddie Edwards. One thing or another. One of them. There was, some woman was there. I think it was Eddie's wife you know, trying to stop him. You know, this isn't you. Blah blah blah. It was really depressing. Yeah, couples in wrestling. Just ugh. Ugh. And the triple threat main event. It was Rich Swann pinning Johnny Impact. Michael Elgin was also in the match. Rich Swann hit the 450 splash on Johnny Impact to pick up the win. After the match, Michael Elgin had the shits and tried to take out everybody. Then Brian Cage made his return to Impact. Finally, he's back. The Terminator clap. Dum, 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 dum. So he even powerbombed Michael Elgin. He powerbombed him with ease. Michael Elgin's not a small dude. He'd be like 270, 280 pounds. Brian Cage just fucking picked him up like he was a pillow. Just slammed him to the mat. So, yeah. That was good. So Brian Cage finally back on Impact. Just a couple of weeks before Slammiversary. So now finally, you know, they can do what they got to do to hype up Slammiversary. So that was this week in wrestling. Actually, good week for TV. All 4 shows definitely major improvement over the last few weeks. So good things to come moving forward. You can only hope. Now I'll go into some piece of cake. You know, as you know, when having some cake, you get a good piece. It's a piece that you like. And you get a bad piece. It's a piece that you fucking hate. What did I like this week that I saw in the world of wrestling? Baron Corbin telling Seth Rollins to go make Becky Lynch a sandwich. That was pretty funny. That was good. I did enjoy that. Also, Elias getting on a roll 2 weeks in a row. Hasn't been pinned. Like I said, big things coming. Intercontinental Championship. Finally, maybe something doing there. Yeah. That's probably what I liked. For sure. Obviously, World Series Wrestling as well. Meeting Joey Janela. Seeing those matches. Seeing Flip Gordon, Ray Phoenix. Like live, one-on-one. First time ever as well. It's privileged enough for that. Seeing Pentagon Jr. It was amazing. What else? That's probably it. Yeah. What didn't I like this week? Well, obviously Seth Rollins again. You know, turning into Becky Lynch. So, like, Becky Lynch still deems herself the man. I don't know why. Seth Rollins going to deem himself the woman. What did Lynch say? Oh, it pays to be the man behind the man, or the man with the man, or some shit. It's like, fucking learn to speak proper English, you faker. Yeah. What else? What didn't I like? Like, realistically, what didn't I like? I don't know. Probably all the marks, social media, thinking they're entitled to shit. I don't know. I do the same thing. I'm not one to talk, but I don't start it. I just make a sneaky little comment, and hopefully someone fucking lashes back at me. And then, because I don't really care. You're not worth my time. I'm just here for the laughs. Another thing I like, I guess, going back to what I like, Heyman and Bischoff. This is just fucking bang news to me. Not even an hour ago, I found this out, and they're coming back to rule WWE. Go figure. It's obviously, you know, trying to get fans back and feeling the heat from AEW. That's what I didn't like. The fucking crowd at Stomping Grounds. Especially in the main event. In the Reigns McIntyre match. Just fucking the level of fucking disrespect these marks have. Like, just enjoy the wrestling. Just enjoy it. So yeah, there's piece of cake. What I liked and didn't like, and then what I liked and didn't like again. So yeah, that's that. Now, like I said, there's a fair bit still to talk about, such as upcoming pay-per-views. I'll quickly give a rundown of what's coming up, and also I will be going over Stomping Grounds. That'll be first, and then going a rundown on Ring of Honor, Best in the World, AEW Fighter Fest, and New Japan Pro Wrestling Southern Showdown, which is all on this weekend. And then next week, there's MLW, Kings of the Coliseum. I'm going to do my best to track that down. The G1 starts next weekend also from New Japan, so I'll definitely be talking about that. Try to put it out there to the peeps on the old social media machine. And Slammiversary is also on next weekend. And then, get a load of this, the weekend after that, so the next 3 weekends, there is 9 pay-per-view events to get through on the Circles and Blunt Pencils wrestling podcast that has 0 fucking point whatsoever. AEW Fight for the Fallen. Something also here, WWE teaming up with Evolve for the Evolve 10th anniversary celebration show. Apparently will be streamed on the WWE network. So Adam Cole will be on that. Adam Cole defending the NXT Championship against Tozawa. Just thought I'd throw that in there. And then Extreme Rules. So there we go. A lot of wrestling to get through. But like I said, I've just got 4 pay-per-views to get through this week. How long I talk about them, I do not know. And anything else that comes to mind. So I'm going to get into that in just a hot sec. Yeah. So, Stomping Grounds. Let's talk about that. Knock the top off that motherfucker. What was this? About 4 days ago, so memory of a fish over here. Don't fucking remember much from it, but I'll do the best that I can. Pre-show. Those are fucking results. Here we go. Pre-show. Drew Gulak defeated Tony Nese and Tozawa in a triple threat match to win the Cruiserweight Championship. Pretty good match. This is what Rollins was marking out about. Thinking he's, woohoo and shit, best cruiserweights on the planet. It was a good match. Don't get me wrong. It was a good match, but yeah, no. Gulak won that. And, yeah, I predicted that. Yeah, whatever. Becky Lynch, defeated Lacey Evans to retain her Raw. It says here Women's Championship, but I'm pretty sure it's just the Raw Championship now. I mean, look at the last 2 Muppets that have held that title. Her and Ronald fucking McDonald. Ugh, both men. Come on. That was with the Disarm Her, or Disarmer, or I don't know. Lynch just looks like a fuckwit. You seen her wrestling attire? Just, ugh. That's it. I actually sat and watched that match. I don't know why. Usually I take a shit when the chicks come on. Yeah. Little inside information there. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn defeated the New Day. Nothing on the line there. It's just a regular match. Xavier Woods took almost all of the fucking punishment in this match. Ricochet defeated Samoa Joe to win the United States Championship. How he won? Apparently he won by hitting the 630 splash off the top rope. But the real reason why he won, this is why he won the title, is because he filmed himself sticking his finger up his ass. That's no joke. There's a video out there. I haven't seen it. I don't want to see it. This is where I've been trolling everyone. I'm fucking one of those trolls, the only reason he won the title is because he stuck a finger up his butt. So, yeah. Don't know. Put that on some chat thing, some page thing, and someone replied. I'll try to get it up here. I don't even know. Where it is. Just bear with me, just for one moment, please. There we go. Someone responded. There we go. I wrote, Ricochet stuck a finger up his butt to get a title. And then someone wrote, the new Cruiserweight champ had a video of him playing with himself. So maybe Gulak. There's a video of Gulak out there fondling his meat. So yeah, that's what you got to do to get a push in WWE. So I simply replied saying, I'm surprised Xavier Woods isn't world champion then because of the sex tape he made with Paige. But then again, it involved a female, so it doesn't really mean much. Then his response was, I wonder if Cena has got videos of himself. Never mind, because you can't see Cena. Which I replied saying that Cena was in the background of every video playing with himself. That's why he's a 16-time champion. Anyway, bit of fun there. Bit of stupid shit that goes on in the life on Fuckbook, if you will. Not Fuckbook. Seriously, don't go on Fuckbook. It's a waste of your time. It's Facebook. The book face. FaceTube. The Vegans, Daniel Bryan and Eric Rowan, defeated Heavy Machinery to retain their SmackDown Tag Team Championships. Daniel Bryan was getting a lot of love from the crowd. The Tacoma crowd, they were chanting Daniel Bryan, who was weird. He sort of just bags the shit out of everyone these days. Daniel Bryan, make him world champion again. Just do it. It was great when he was champion. Bayley defeated Alexa Bliss to retain her SmackDown Women's Championship. Nikki Cross got involved here. Don't know why. I don't even know. Fucking accidentally cost Bliss the championship, I guess. There was no turn here. Obviously, after what I said, what happened on Raw or SmackDown, one of them. But yeah, really weird. Nikki Cross is just fucking lunatic, Neil. Roman Reigns defeated Drew McIntyre. In their match, Drew McIntyre's like, come on. Got to give him a win sooner or later. Get him away from Shane McMahon. Let him do his own thing. Please. But yeah, Roman Reigns picked up the win there again. But this rivalry continues on still. Probably just to keep them both away from the titles. I don't know what's going on there. But this is probably going to go through to at least SummerSlam. At least. So I don't know there. Don't know what's going to happen with McIntyre either, because he should be world champion by now. Anyway, I don't know. I might just go on a rant and start complaining, and then vow to never watch WWE again, and make sure I let everyone know of my decision. Kofi Kingston defeated Dolph Ziggler in their steel cage match by escape. It was a pretty cool way how they did it. Dolph was actually about to climb out through the door, and then Kofi jumped through the ropes and did a flip to land on the floor. Feet touched the floor first. Kofi Kingston's still the champion, so that was a pretty cool way to end the match there. And then the main event, Seth Rollins obviously defeated Baron Corbin, even though Baron Corbin got to choose the special guest referee, which should have been himself, but it was Lacey Evans. So if you haven't watched Stomping Grounds, you already know how this is going to end, with the whole acknowledging Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch being in a relationship, even though you probably wouldn't be able to tell because Michael Cole says it every 5 seconds when talking about either Lynch or Seth. Her shoulder was still a bit sore. She was struggling to count a bit when Rollins was going for a pin. Bit of shoulder was probably still a bit tight, and then sort of loosened up a bit, and sort of when Corbin went for a pin, she was all right again, but then just hitting the mat hard sort of fucked up her shoulder again, which affected when Rollins got the pin. It's all too confusing. I I believe that. I buy that. It turned into a no count out and no disqualification match as well, as per the referee's ruling. Lacey pushed Rollins, which was okay. She slapped him in the face, which was okay. And then she gave him a low blow, which apparently was the final straw. And then Lynch had to come out, beat up Evans. Couldn't disqualify him, but because remember, it was no disqualification. But then some referee came out and, yeah, Rollins picked up the win. And then they celebrated at the end together like a couple of fuckwits. So yeah, that was Stomping Grounds. I hope I reviewed that well. Probably didn't. It's probably shit. But it was a good pay-per-view. I put it up there as the third best. I'd probably go third in WWE this year. Mania's top for me, and then Fastlane, and then Stomping Grounds, which was good because I initially was not looking forward to watching Stomping Grounds at all. Didn't want to watch it. But yeah, I think maybe that's what made it somewhat better. The fact going, oh, this is going to be shit, and rather than going expecting it to be good and it's okay, and it just changes the way you think about it. So, but yeah, it wasn't too bad. So that was Stomping Grounds. Extreme Rules is next. That's in about 3 weeks, I do believe. I'll be talking about that. Just some of the matches announced there. This weekend, previewing Ring of Honor Best in the World. I'll just go through the matches here and my predictions. I don't keep up to date with Ring of Honor TV, so I've got no backstory to each match really, so I'm just going to go with who's going to win and why. And the reason why, because I said so. Jay Lethal will be taking on Kenny King. Singles match here. I'm going to go Jay Lethal. Former world champion there, so why not? The Allure, Angelina Love and Mandy Leon with the amazing Velvet Sky at ringside. We'll be taking on Kelly Clean and Jenny Rose. I'm obviously going the Allure there. Nick Aldis and an unknown partner now. We'll be taking on the Briscoe brothers in a tag team match. It was originally supposed to be Colt Cabana, but Colt Cabana is injured. So it's a mystery partner. I saw somewhere, apparently it's someone that has just signed with NWA, where Nick Aldis is the world champion. So I'm not too sure. I don't really keep up to date with all that. So, but yeah, I'm going to go the Briscoes. I'm going to go Dem Boys with the mystery partner turning on Nick Aldis to get a world title match straight off the bat. Why not? There we go. Villain Enterprises, my man Mighty Squirrel, PCO, and Brody King will be defending their Ring of Honor 6-man tag team titles against Lifeblood of Mark Haskins, Tracy Williams, and PJ Black, formerly Justin Gabriel from WWE. Lifebloods, I would go out on a limb saying an underrated tag team in Ring of Honor. From what I've seen, they are a good tag team, but I'm going Villain Enterprises. They're going to retain. Dalton Castle will be taking on Dragon Lee. Dragon Lee for the win there. Flip Gordon will be taking on Roosh. This here says it's a pre-show match. God, I hope that's wrong. Hope that's a typo there. Flip Gordon should be on the main card. That's for sure. Flip Gordon's my pick here. What is he? The Last Real Man, I believe. Silas Young will be taking on Jonathan Grisham in a Pure Rules match. I have no idea what that means. Wikipedia doesn't even know what that means. So I don't know if it's meant to be like mat wrestling, like a wrestling match, not a professional wrestling match, like maybe one of those matches like high school wrestling or collegiate wrestling. Maybe it's one of those. I'm going to go Jonathan Grisham in that. Shane Taylor been defending the Ring of Honor World Television Championship against Bandito. Bandito for me. He's going to get a title. He's going to get the ROH TV Championship. And I dare say the main event, Matt Taven defending the World Championship against Jeff Cobb, who I also forgot to mention was just down here for World Series Wrestling. He's a fucking unit. Olympic wrestler and all. I somehow think the Kingdom might get involved in this. I'd like to say Jeff Cobb. I'll be rooting for Jeff Cobb, but I think Matt Taven will pick up the win there. So whoever I just went, they're my picks. Hopefully you're keeping score at home or at work or in the car or on the shitter or wherever you're listening to this. We do appreciate the love here. The little love that we get. Also this weekend, New Japan Southern Showdown from Melbourne, Australia. I had no idea this was a pay-per-view. If I had known this was a pay-per-view, I would have got tickets and I'd be going. It'll be... No, well, there we go. So let's just go through the matches here. I think they sort of release their matches in order. I'll skip that first match. Aaron Solo versus Slex. Slex, Australian wrestler. Be featured on New Japan. Be going Slexy there. Chaos. Toru, Yano, Yo, and Sho. We'll be taking on Bullet Club of Gino Gambino, Ishimori, and Gato. I want to go Bullet Club here, so I'm gonna say Bullet Club. Bullet Club for life. Yeah, every prediction of mine will be Bullet Club here, just like in this next match of Chaos again. Tomohiro Ishii and Yoshihashi taking on Bullet Club of Takahashi and Chase Owens. Obviously, we go on Bullet Club there. El Phantasmo versus office jobber, according to Chris Jericho, Rocky Romero for the British Cruiserweight Championship. Fuck Rocky Romero. El Phantasmo all the way. If you're a regular listener to this podcast, I don't even need to give my prediction on this match. It's my boys, the Gorillas of Destiny, G.O.D., Tamatonga and Tongaloa, taking on Juice Robinson and Mikey Nichols, who is also an Australian wrestler. Tag Team Championship match, IWGP. I wonder who I'll be going for in this match. Please. GOD all the way. The man that many believe is the best wrestler on the planet right now. It's hard to debate that, given the recent form of performances that he's had. Will Ospreay defending the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship against Robbie Eagles, Bullet Club member. Oh, I'm in a tough spot on this one. Also, Aussie wrestler. As much as I want to stick to Bullet Club, I'm going Ospreay on this match, and I dare say this will be match of the night. You know, that's for sure. He's going to be retaining that title, 100%. And I believe the main event. How's this for a tag team? Okada and Tanahashi. We're taking on Bullet Club, Jay White and Bad Luck Fale. I think Okada and Tanahashi will win this, but Bullet Club all the way for me. BC for life. Bullet Club there. Fear not, I will be watching this. I tried to get tickets to the Sydney show, was unable to the next day. But hey, they'll be back. Unlike WWE, they won't break my heart. They will be back. That is Southern Showdown. And also, here we go, third pay-per-view of the weekend. AEW, All Elite Wrestling Fighter Fest. This is Kenny Omega's baby. This was his creation. This is what he wanted to do. Got the backing of the boys. So this is a bit different here. Mixture of pro wrestling and gaming, I do believe. So I've gone through this a few times, but this will be the last time I will be going through it. This time with previews. Michael Nakazawa versus Alex Jabali in a hardcore match. Alex Jabali is he's the runner or owner of CEO, which is I think it's a gaming company, Community Effort Orlando, something like that. So he's taking on Nakazawa. Nakazawa is my pick because I like saying Michael Nakazawa. Kylie Ray will be taking on Lever Bates. Lever Bates, one of them. I think this is the Librarian. There was a whole thing on being the elite. There was a contest for someone to become the Librarian. Something to do with AEW. So yeah, that's her. Smiley Kylie. Yeah, she's my pick to win that. The three-way tag team match. And the stipulation for this is the winners will advance to All Out for an opportunity at a first round bye in the AEW World Tag Team Championship tournament. So I don't know what that means. Okay. Winners advance to All Out for an opportunity at a first round bye. If that makes sense to you, I'm jealous because I don't get it. Does the tournament start at All Out so they don't have to rest? I don't even know. Anyway, Private Party, Isaiah Cassidy, not Colin Cassidy, or Orange Cassidy, or Cassidy Road. It's Isaiah Cassidy with a K. And Mark Quinn. They'll be taking on SCU, Scorpio Sky and Frankie Kazarian, and the best friends Chuck Taylor and Trent Beretta. I'm going SCU. Going my boys SCU. Yeah, SCU. All best friends. Yeah, torn. SCU. I'll go. There we go. I'll nail it down. SCU. They're my pick. Yuka Sakazaki versus Rio versus Nyla Rose in a three-way match. I'm going to go Nyla Rose in that one. Unless this turns into a four-way match again, like at Double or Nothing and Awesome Kong comes out. Or Ronda Rousey. Imagine that. Imagine how many people would turn off. I know I would. Christopher Daniels versus Shima. Singles match there. Shima, one of the top performers from OWE. I'm pretty sure that's that. Yeah, Oriental Wrestling Entertainment. There we go, from China because of the whole AEW OWE partnership. Yeah, CD for me. Four-way match. Hangman Adam Page versus Jimmy Havoc versus Jungle Boy versus MJF. I'm going MJF here. Hangman Page will not be involved in the pin because he's going to the final. He's wrestling for the AEW Championship at All Out. So I'm going to go MJF, the most hated man in professional wrestling right now. He's always in character. It's fucking brilliant. It's fucking brilliant. Match I'm most looking forward to. Jon Moxley versus Joey Janela. It says here singles match. I dare say this will turn into a bloodbath. This will be like an ECW hardcore match. I can only hope. A couple of the promos that these two have cut on each other has been fantastic. Good way to use your social media outlets, such as Being the Elite and Road to Fighter Fest, to promote everything, because they don't have a TV show yet. They have a TV deal, they just don't have a TV show. I'm going Mox Dogs in this. Sorry, Mr. Janela. I'm going for both of you. You know what? I'm picking both of them. I can't lose. Disqualification, turn into a bloodbath, and no result. There we go. Dream scenario. Cody versus Darby Allin. Darby Allin is the newly crowned Northeast Wrestling Champion. I don't know, young kid, I guess. Fucking goes alright with his hands taped behind his back. That's for sure. Cody. Yeah, Cody. Cody will win this. This should be a good match. It's got the makings for it. And the Elite. Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks taking on the Lucha Brothers, Pentagon Jr., Rey Fenix, and Laredo Kid. I don't know, one of them. He's from Lucha Libre AAA, as it's called, Mexico, the top Mexican wrestling promotion. Yeah, it's hard to go past the Elite here, but you never know. Pentagon and Phoenix, the AAA tag team champions. They beat the Young Bucks, not at Double or Nothing. I think it was a week later. The Lucha show. So yeah. So it looks like we've got a lot of wrestling to get through this weekend, which is pretty funny because I'm actually in the middle of watching the Brock Lesnar DVD, Eat, Sleep, Conquer, Repeat, which the Queen of Queens was kind enough to lend me like 6 or 8 months ago. But I've finally gotten around to watching it. I'd also just finished watching Triple H, the King of Kings, the 2-disc DVD set there. Basically just matches on that. Fucking could have been a 3 or 4 disc with Triple H. So many matches that should have been on there but weren't. But hey, what are you gonna do? So don't worry there, Christoph. Those DVDs are on the way back in your hands soon enough. Last thing I'll talk about here. I've been rambling on for close to a full day, it feels like. That's just me talking. I can't imagine what it's like just sitting there listening to me talk. Fuck. That's why I don't talk. It's annoying. I'll go through the matches that are announced for Extreme Rules. Extreme Rules. Not one Extreme Rules match yet, but there's 5 announced already. Drew Gulak be defending his Cruiserweight Championship against Tony Nese. Bayley defending her SmackDown Women's Championship against Alexa Bliss. Kofi Kingston defending the WWE Championship against Samoa Joe. Roman Reigns and The Undertaker versus Drew McIntyre and Shane McMahon. Go figure. And if that wasn't like bad enough, Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch versus Baron Corbin and Lacey Evans in a winner-take-all mixed tag team match for both the Universal Championship and the Raw Women's Championship. I'm going to put it out there right now. This is my prediction for it. Becky Lynch is going to make Baron Corbin tap to the disarmer. That's my prediction right there, right now. I'm putting it out there. That's my prediction on how that match is going to end. Baron Corbin's going to tap out to Becky Lynch. Because Baron Corbin will fight Becky Lynch. Seth Rollins won't fight Lacey Evans because he's a bitch. So, yeah. Undertaker. Back again. This will be... actually, no. It will only be his second pay-per-view of the year because he didn't wrestle at Mania. Word going around is that Undertaker has handpicked Drew McIntyre for a match at WrestleMania next year. So they're planning the seeds now because McIntyre's probably going to kill him. So Undertaker will need 8 months off only to come back for WrestleMania next year. So I don't know. I always just thought it was Undertaker coming back to team with Reigns, get the win, but then turn on Roman to sort of get back at him for the match at Mania last year. And then Reigns will retire him at Survivor Series this year because this year will mark the 30th anniversary of The Undertaker. Alright, let me just get let's get the machine up here. $19.90. Okay, so yeah, that's 30 years, isn't it? Or 29 years? Fucking close enough anyway. So yeah, I don't know. That's what I thought there. But apparently it's the other way around. He's picked McIntyre. If you want to believe everything you read on the internet, that's fine. That's your prerogative. Anyway. So yeah. They're the events happening this weekend. So next week I will be reviewing those shows as best as I can. And we'll be previewing Slammiversary and the G1. And like I said, most likely Major League Wrestling MLW also. Along with previewing Fight for the Fallen, Evolve, and Extreme Rules. So, yeah. Fuck. It's a good thing I like wrestling, isn't it? That's all I can say. SummerSlam's gonna be fucking here before you know it as well. It's what comes with SummerSlam. Takeover. Oh, they haven't officially announced the matches. I could spoil it for you right now, but I'm not going to. Oh, that's when the Summer Supercard's on as well. New Japan and Ring of Honor and NWA and CMLL teaming up. Also up in Toronto, so it's going to be a big weekend in Toronto. They'll probably still be celebrating their NWA title. They just NWA, you fucking idiot, NBA championship that they just won. Big shout out, big congrats to the Toronto Raptors. Why not? Beating the Dynasty Golden State Warriors, even though fucking half their team was injured. Just imagine if LeBron had beat the Warriors this year. There wouldn't be praise for him. No, there'd be even more hate than anyway. We don't talk about NBA on here. There's a reason for that. We're not the... Well, that's it for me this week. Circles and Blunt Pencils. I wonder if you caught on to what I said at the start of the show. The name of the show. Maybe you did, maybe you didn't. Instagram is a big social media outlet, so get on that. I don't know. If you've got that, you should be following at Circles and Blunt Pencils Wrestling Podcast, I think. I don't know. Use the hashtag anyway. At CNBP Pod, at Circles and Blunt Pencils. Fucking hashtag, not at. Hashtag push Cesaro. Hashtag push Elias. Hashtag fuck Johnny Gargano. Hashtag Kofi's run is done. Yeah. Instagram, Facebook. as well. I don't post much because not many people follow me. So change that. Subscribe as well. Subscribe. And if you don't like people, tell them to listen to this. That's punishment enough. And yeah, that'll be it for Cake and Bake Thick Shake here. There we go. Confirmation about Bischoff and Heyman has just come through for me. Some mark. Yes, WWE face bull. Face bull. WWE has a face bull page. I'm pretty sure you mean Facebook, you dumb mark. Announced by Sports Illustrated. So there you go. Sorry, I was just reading a comment. Yeah. Cake and Bake Thick Shake here. Saying goodbye for the Circles and Blunt Pencils podcast. And I must bid you adieu. So goodbye, mwah, and good night, bang.